Well, hello on this Friday as we anticipate our spring storm coming in. We've got winter weather advisories out already in purple, winter storm watches, and soon to become warnings probably as we head into the night tonight. We're going to see kind of a mixed bag of precip really all across Minnesota. Most of us even will see all forms of precip over the next couple of days. And with that, a risk of severe weather. Yeah, we have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms in southeastern Minnesota as close as Rochester and then through eastern Iowa tomorrow. So the first thunder of the season for some of us as well in southeastern Minnesota. And when we look at the total water content in this storm, we're talking about a ½ inch to an inch of water. Now, some of that's going to fall as snow, some is sleet, some is freezing rain, some is plain old rain. But either way, this system does have plenty of moisture packed in it. So late tonight is going to be the concern for some ice initially here across central Minnesota, mainly north and west of the Twin Cities. That's where temperatures will drop just below freezing, but aloft, it'll be warm enough to produce liquid. So again, mainly north and west of the Twin Cities. I don't think the Twin Cities has a very high risk of ice potential because I do think most of our temperatures will stay above freezing. And then a little further north where it's a little colder but still warm enough aloft, sleet accumulation overnight tonight. So most of us, when we do see snow, even to the north, it's going to come primarily tomorrow night into early Sunday. This is from the Duluth National Weather Service. Nice little schematic of how precip types work. When it's cold enough through the whole atmosphere, you get snow. That thinner layer of warmth aloft, you get sleet. And then the freezing rain, you get that deeper layer of above freezing air. And then, of course, rain all above freezing, at least in the bottom half of the atmosphere. So we do have to look at some atmospheric soundings, forecast, basically weather balloon data. What does the three-dimensional profile look like? And just north of the Twin Cities, this is what it looks like late tonight, early tomorrow morning. We're going to have about a 6,000 to 7,000 foot layer where it'll be above freezing, almost 40 degrees, but at the ground, it'll be in the 20s and low 30s. So that's how you get that liquid falling on a frozen surface becomes ice right away. Milder though today too out ahead of it. We should be in the 30s, close to 40 here in the southern part of the state, 20s to the north. And then again, the temperature will be the critical dividing line tonight between freezing precip and just plain old rain. So that 32 degree line, yeah, cuts right through some of the northern suburbs. South of that, we should stay above freezing and it'll be mainly in the form of liquid. And tomorrow's going to also bring our warmest temperatures of the season so far, close to 50 just south of the Twin Cities, upper 40s I think anyway, but we could see some upper 50s in southeastern Minnesota, and then the cold wraps in behind this. That's when we'll see everything turn over to snow. So most of the snowfall comes tomorrow evening. Watch it change over. So during the day Saturday, it's going to be plain old rain, some thunder, a mix in central Minnesota, and then it turns to snow by late in the afternoon, spreading east as that colder air works in. So again, the snowfall will be primarily Saturday night. So after dark, and then wrapping up early on Saturday, or early rather Sunday morning, probably before sunup. So all the models agree on this very narrow area of snowfall, but the European model continues to be a little further southeast, putting some of the metro on the edge of some of those heavier totals. We're still talking only 3 or 4 inches, but it's not out of the question yet that we do see maybe some suburbs, northern and western suburbs, get in on some of those 3-inch amounts. But primarily, it does look to be southwestern Minnesota, west central Minnesota, and then cutting right through central and northeastern Minnesota. That's where we'll see some of those heavier totals. Still some places that could see 8 inches, but it's going to be pretty spotty. But you see the general trend of that narrow swath of heavier accumulating snow. This is the more likely scenario. The last one, a little bit on the heavier side, but same thing. You see that southwest to northeast axis to the snow. This is where you'll still have enough moisture, but also the cold air coming early enough to turn it over to snow. And then south of there, we get a little bit less. But yeah, the North American model, the NAM model, spreads that into, just like the European model, a little bit more into the metro. So we'll zoom in on the metro area and you can kind of see what's happening. So it's not out of the question, as I mentioned, some of these northern and western suburbs getting a little bit more snow than what some of the other models are showing right now. But by far, heavier snow does stay to the north and west. But stay tuned, that could change tomorrow. That forecast might see a little upward tick in totals for at least parts of the northern and western suburbs for Saturday night. But yeah, even in the metro, maybe our first lightning and thunder of the season tomorrow, at least mid-40s. I still think we have an outside shot at 50. We'll see how far north that warm air gets tomorrow. And then it will be cooler Sunday and Monday, so puddles will freeze, at least in the overnights, close to 40 by Tuesday. And while it looks mild through the whole forecast, late next week, some cold comes in, and that could produce maybe some more snow late next week. So we'll be talking more about that after we get this first storm out of the way.